Welcome back. In the previous video, we've explored the Selenitic age and found the red and blue pages for Cirrus and Achenar, and we are now sitting inside the infamous Maze Runner. So, what lies beyond this maze? Well, this video will answer any questions that you have, and this puzzle might seem complicated at first, but once you know the basic behind the whole puzzle, you can just pretty much go through this puzzle without even having to think all that much. So, what are we doing here? Well, upon arriving here, we're currently underground and we are facing north as indicated by this compass here. And there's also a speaker right here, and if you click on it, you get a sound. And actually, that is a sound that we've heard before in this Let's Play. If you remember, in the mechanical age, we were using the Fortress Rotation Simulator in Achenar's room to learn the 4 different sounds of the 4 different directions for north, south, east, and west. And this ding sound is the sound for north, and coincidentally, the path for north is open. But what about the other paths? Well, we can turn left and right, so let's see all the other directions. So here's northwest, which is blocked off. Can't go forward. And west is also blocked off. And we can't go southwest. Nor can we go south. Southeast isn't an option. And neither is east for that matter. And of course, northeast is also not an available option. So north is pretty much the only way to go, and if I hit backtrack, we'll go back up to the surface, which will be a waste of time. So let's go forward. Along the rails we go. And this time we get a different sound, and it is the chirping sound, which is the sound for west. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the 8 directions again. So north is blocked off this time. Northwest is blocked off. And hey, look at that, west is open. But let's go ahead and look at the other available options. Southwest is blocked off. That's where we came from. No point going that way. Southeast is blocked off. East is blocked off. And northeast is also blocked off. So yep, just like before, there is only one direction for us to go to, and that being west, which corresponds to the sound that we got from this speaker. So let's go. Let's go west, Fievel! God, I haven't seen that movie in so goddamn long. I think the last time I saw Fievel Goes West was when I was like in my final year in elementary school. Anyway, we got that ding sound again, which is the sound for north. But again, let's go ahead and check and see if the other options are available. Well, so far none of the options are available for us. That's where we just came from. Don't want to go back east. And north should be open, judging by the sound we got from the speaker, and it is. And northwest is unavailable. So, let's go north again. So yeah, this whole segment is just going to be riding through this maze. Nothing really that special, but anyway. Oh, and we got the sound for east this time. But north is an available option, so what would happen if we went north instead? I mean, I know this. We were supposed to go east as indicated by the sound we got from the speaker, but since north is an available option, I want to see what would happen if we went north instead. And we don't get a sound this time. But what about the tracks? Well, north isn't an option, obviously. Can't go northwest. Can't go west. Can't go southwest. That's where we came from. Well, it looks like there is no other option here, so I'm guessing that we took a wrong turn here. So I guess we have to backtrack. Now, some of you might be wondering what the purpose is behind this maze, why Atrith would go such a distance to create this kind of underground labyrinth. Well, given what he wrote in the Selenitic Age journal, is because the age was bombarded by a bunch of meteorites, and so he wanted to make sure that the Lincoln Book back to Myst Island is safe. Well, we got the sound for east, and east is open, so let's go. So yeah, given that the Selenitic Age was heavily damaged by a certain cataclysmic event, it would make safe for him to go such drastic measure to ensure that a way out of this age is heavily protected. And we got the sound for east again, and we can go east again. So yeah, the idea behind this whole maze, it's not really all that complicated. I mean, once you know what the sounds mean and which directions you're supposed to go, then you pretty much won't have much difficulty navigating through this maze. And we got the cowbell sound, which is the sound for south, which means that the track leading south is open. Now, you might be thinking, what if you went here first before you went to the mechanical age? Because remember, the only other place in which you would hear all these different sounds for the different directions would be the mechanical age on the rotating fortress simulator in Akinar's room. Here's the sound for south again. However, it is possible to learn the sound here in the Selenitic age before you even go to the mechanical age. A friend of mine who goes by the name Delando3000 did a Let's Play of the entire Myst series, and when he did his Let's Play of Myst, he went to the Selenitic age first to show that you can actually learn the different sounds for the directions. That's the sound for west. Yeah, he actually went to the Selenitic age first to show that it is possible to learn about the different sounds for the different directions without even having to go to the mechanical age and learn that from the simulator. And we seem to have turned 90 degrees to the left, so we might be facing south again. Oh, wait a second. We got two sounds combined together that time. We got the sound for south and west, which means we have to go southwest. So yeah, pretty much the only way this maze gets progressively harder is when they start combining two different sounds together to form either northwest, southwest, southeast, or northeast. But again, it's not really all that complicated. And that's just the sound for west on its own. So yeah, we will be going through this entire maze over again once we come back here to get the blue page for Akinar. But, that is north and west combined together, so that means we have to go northwest. So yeah, when I come back here to get the blue page for Akinar, I'll go ahead and edit out the part of me going through the maze again. Maybe do another speed up. God, when was the last time I did a speed up for a Let's Play? I don't remember. It's been a long time. Because I know that, that's north and east together. There we go. Anyway, I was gonna say, I know for a fact that I did a lot of speed up sequences in like Neo Doom and even a couple in Portal 2 with my friend Jackie. That is the sound for north. And I believe we have one more turntable to go through after this. And we should be reaching the end. As I'm going through this maze, I can't help but wonder how long it took Atrip to create this whole entire maze. Anyway, that is south and east together, so our final stop is southeast. And yes, this is indeed the final part of the maze, folks. And there's your evidence right there. We have now entered what appears to be a mine shaft. And that's it. We have reached the end of the maze, so let's go ahead and step on out and see what we have here. And as expected, it is a linking book back to Myst Island. So, let's go ahead and give Cirrus his final red page and hear what he has to say.
Finally returned. I owe you a debt of gratitude, for you have nearly released me. My name is Cirrus. I trust that from your explorations you've become convinced that my wicked brother Achenar is guilty, and I am innocent. It is I who am wrongly imprisoned here. Imprisoned by my father. I don't know who you are, or how you came to this island, but I assume you must at least know something of the books. His father was a master of the books. He wrote hundreds, all describing and linking to the fantastic places and ages which he had discovered. The room in which you now stand was our father's library. It was here, in this room, on this island named Myst, that he housed most of these books. But such a waste. By now, you have surely discovered that Achenar has burnt mutilated most of these books. Why? Our father was always watchful of our explorations. We grew up under his strict supervision. But when we came of age, he gave us unbridled access to the Myst books. He began to leave our adventures more and more unchecked. Unsupervised as we were, my brother began to become disturbed. He began to take more from the Myst ages than he had given. Soon he gained a twisted pleasure from the conquest and destruction of the other ages. It was horrific. His thirst for destruction. But alas, even I discovered his insanity too late. He had completely destroyed all of the Myst ages but 4. I wasted no time. In warning my father, I thought he would recognize Achenar's guilt. But in a fit of rage, he imprisoned both my brother and myself within the pages of these books, designed to hold us until he could judge which of us was guilty. To discover the truth, our father embarked on one final chapter. However, he has never returned. I can only assume that he perished along the way, leaving me, an innocent victim, trapped forever. But now, you are here to release me. Listen carefully. You must find one more page and I will be forever free. There is a book on the shelves. In this library, which is mostly burned, but has a few pages still intact. It is the last book on the middle shelf. Find it. This book is filled with a variety of patterns. Find pattern 158 and recreate it on the door of the fireplace. This will bring you to the last red page. Bring that page to me, and I will finally be released, and able to reward you, of course. Ignore the blue page. That page finishes my brother's book. It chills me to even think what would happen if you were to release him. There is another warning. Where the red and blue pages reside, also resides a green book. If you touch the green book, you also will be imprisoned forever. Our father gave us this same warning long ago. I suggest you follow his advice. Go now. Soon we will be face to face.
Okay, so it turns out that the page we just gave Cirrus was not the final red page. There's in fact one more red and blue page hidden here in the library itself. But that's going to have to be put in the back burner for now, because in the meantime we're going to head back to the Selenitic Age and get the blue page for Aknar. But before I do, I would like to open up this journal real quick and show something in this journal. Yeah, this image right here that I didn't know what it was. Well, given that there are 8 railings protruding from this circular platform, and there's a railing that rotates along this must be one of the turntables in the maze. Yeah, this would be the turntable where the maze runner would stop and the 8 different directions. Anyway, just thought I'd point that out. So let's go ahead and head back to the Selenitic Age and get that blue page for Aknar. I still find it strange that the name Selenitic Age isn't mentioned anywhere in the game. Actually, it could be possible that Atrix wrote the name down somewhere in the Selenitic Age journal in one of the portions where the entries were faded out. That's very likely. But anyway, we are now heading back to the Selenitic Age. And since this is our second and final trip here, it's time to go ahead and take a look at the map of the age. So here's where we start at the spaceship pad, and here's the path down to the door to lead to the underground maze. And over here the oasis where the blue page is, here's the chasm, the clock tower, the forest with the stone spires, and here's the wind tunnel and the underground passage to this island over here with the radio tower and the satellite dishes. And there's no way to see the underground maze, unfortunately, but I figured that it would be a real big hassle for the people at Cyan to recreate the whole entire maze from start to finish on a map, including all the dead end, like the one that we went to near the beginning. Alright, back down we go, and miraculously the maze runner is back here at the start for no explained reason. So, back down we go to go through the maze again. And as I said before, you guys don't have to sit through this part again, so I'm going to go ahead and speed this part up. And once I return back to Myst Island, we will be giving Aknar his second to last blue page. So, I shall see you guys in just a few seconds. Alright, we have reached the end of the maze once again, with the blue page in hand. So, Sayonara, Selenitic Age. Back to Myst Island we go. Alright, time to give Akanar his penultimate blue page.
Hello, I'm Akana. I'm glad to see that you've returned to help me escape from my wrongful imprisonment. He was Cirrus who did this to me. Cirrus, my wicked brother. Do not listen to him. I warn you. He's a liar. Do not be persuaded by his evil lies. Do not release him. He killed my father. He will kill you. Began when my brother Cirrus began to lust for riches. He stole from the Aegis Myst. He hoarded riches for himself. My father slipped away his watchfulness. My sick brother secretly pronounced himself king. King of the Aegis Myst, he said. He began to look upon me in disgust. His lowly brother. He's him. And then Cirrus began to destroy the Aegis of Myst. He burned their forest. He tore down their structures. He flooded their lands. He murdered their inhabitants. He destroyed all but 4 of the Aegis. Of course, I had to warn Father. When I finally found him, there was Cirrus also, talking cleverly. The lying tongue of a serpent. He had convinced Father that it was I who destroyed the Aegis. He convinced Father that it was I who was greedy for wealth and plunder. And as Cirrus dealt the final blow, he tricked Father into believing that I was the murderer. But Cirrus did not deal as fast a blow as he planned. And his father died a slow death. He at last doubted my brother's clever lies, and so in dying, Father imprisoned us both. Not sure from which of us the blow had come. I swear to you what I say is true. Release me. You must release me. My brother's a deceitful liar and deserves punishment. I only wish vengeance for my dear father. His murder. Believe me. You must only recover 1 additional page to release me from this prison. It's the easiest to find. Go to the bookshelf. It's in this library. On the far right side of the middle shelf, there's a burned book, which is different from the other burned books. This book is filled with patterns. Find pattern 158. Mimic its design on the panel in the fireplace. Doing this will bring you the last blue page. Remember, take the red page. Only the blue page. Return quickly to me. And do not touch the green book. It's a clever trap to imprison those who have not been warned. Do not be tempted, or you will rot and die, imprisoned as I am. I tell you, if you follow my instructions, it will be well worth your while. I promise you that. Go. Go.
Okay, well, we have come to the conclusion of this video, so I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.